And seated. We can start. Do you guys want to start laying down? Okay. So we're going to start in seated.
We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll discuss. So the reason that I say that I said that is you're going to be marked. No, I say that because I think we've talked a little bit about some of the chakra energy wheels that go up and down. I shouldn't say up and down. They go from the base of the tailbone up to the crown of our head. And those correlate with nerve bundles on our spine. So if you prefer to see it as a more of a scientific perspective, the chakra bundles, the energetic centers connect to nerve bundles on the spine. And there are different pathways of energy. So the energy moves in different directions depending on where it is. So the Apana Vayu, which is the energetic pathway that is down here in that second chakra area, in that reproductive organ area, that's a downward energy. So when you're menstruating, that energy is like really fully active and really working in high mode. So it's not that you can't do these inversions. It's just that traditionally, it would be sort of suggested to not interfere with what is energetically happening in the body. Since there's that downward energy happening, we just don't necessarily want to turn it upside down. So that's the only real reason to maybe not do it. But on the other hand, if you're feeling curious today and you're feeling like, ooh, okay, it's really fun to do an inversion, even though it might feel scary. So we're going to sit and just start in our meditation. So just as always, when we're in our easy seated pose, just moving that flesh maybe out to the side, just to get really nice and firmly connected to the sit bones. So we feel that the spine is sort of stacked on top of the hips and the pelvis, and that we have a nice long line moving all the way up and out the crown. And just taking this alignment and starting to notice where the breath is in the body can already help us just to become more in tune to where we are today. Just begin taking some nice, bigger inhalations through the nose and some longer exhalations through the nose or maybe out through the mouth. And maybe you would like to yawn a little bit or sigh some of those exhalations out, just to really connect to the breath and release anything that wants to come out. And just start to notice what happens just with this simple act of pausing and connecting and listening. You start to feel how your breath begins to regulate and sync to the rhythm of your body. And as I mentioned at the start, maybe we can look at this class with a curiosity or with a curious point of view, curious mind, and know that any kind of anxiety that we may feel today or at any time is often based in fear, some sort of a fear response that we may have, that we may carry. So maybe perhaps bringing the mantra into our breath now and throughout our class, perhaps just saying to ourselves, I am safe and all is well. And remembering that this is your practice today. And you can choose whatever option or whatever suggestion I offer or not. And just to connect the breath to the movements, let's inhale, bringing our hands all the way up to meet at the top. And exhale, hands to our heart. Just a little bit of flowing movement here, inhaling up. Seeing if we can exhale and inhale in one long flowing line. Maybe not even being able to notice where the inhale ends or begins, where the exhale ends or begins. One more time, wherever you are. Bringing your hands down to your heart. Let's inhale through the nose for 2 seconds to begin, and then we can pause just shortly at the top. And then we'll bring an exhale out for about 4 seconds. So just take one natural breath. And we can keep hands at our heart, or we can bring them back down to our knees. And when we're ready, we'll inhale for 2 seconds. Inhale, 2, and just pause for a beat. And then exhale, 3, 2, 1. Pause here. And then inhale for 3. 1, 2, 3. Pausing for a beat. And exhaling, 4, 3, 2. Let's see if we can pause at the bottom and then match the inhale to the exhale. So inhaling for about 4 and exhaling for 4. Just noticing those moments where we pause and notice what happens within that pause. Good. Let it all out and just return to the natural breath. And then let's move to hands and knees. So taking our time to set our pose up, checking in that shoulders and wrists are in line, knees and hips are in line. And let's make this movement really big and exaggerated. So we inhale, lifting the chest, dropping the heart, lifting through the tailbone, lift the chin. And exhale, pressing everything away, rounding through the spine, drawing the chin to your chest. Good. And then keep it going. Once again, seeing if we can connect the inhale and the exhale with a nice fluid movement. Good. Nice and big, really feeling the spine warming up here, and just noticing as well if there's any aches or pains perhaps that are kind of starting to reveal themselves. Just noticing everything that comes up here. Not trying to change, no judgment. Good. Getting right into the spine. Beautiful. We can come back down to our all fours, neutral spine. We'll kick that right leg out behind us, lifting the left arm. Nice long lines. Exhale, lower everything down. Switching sides. Inhale, left foot up, right hand up. Exhale, bring it all back down. Keep moving with the breath. Just tuning into ourselves. Feeling super grateful for the opportunity to come together. Good. One more time, each side, wherever you are. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Good. Take your final side, and wherever you are, once you've done the final side, we'll press back into our child's pose. Good. Stretching out nice and long in front of us. Good. And inhaling, come forward into plank. So in our plank, let's focus on zipping up through the belly. We're going to bring a lot of attention to this belly core diamond area. Exhaling, pressing back. Child's pose. Good. Inhale, come forward to plank. Set it up where we're drawing the shoulders back and down. Nice long necks. Exhale, press back. Good. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, press it back. Good. On the next inhale, as we come forward, we'll push up. So let's just, what I want to do actually, sorry, pause. Maybe grab your blocks here. And just to check in, let's place that block just under the chest, between, just below, between the thumbs, just about. And then once we exhale and push down into that push-up, we're going to just stop right at that block point. So we're not going further than that. And push back away into our child's pose. So we're just going to use that as kind of a marker. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, just until the chest hits the top of the block. So you can see that actually almost feels harder. And we'll press back. Good. And one more time, inhale, come forward. Halfway down. Nice. Pressing all the way back. So we can remove the block now as we move into our half series. And inhaling, coming forward. Exhaling, slowly lowering all the way down to the floor. We can come up for baby cobra. Nice. Exhale, lower down and press back to child's pose. Good. We'll do that 3 times. So coming forward, kind of remembering mentally where the placement of that block was and lowering down right over the block to the floor. Inhale, come up, baby cobra. Exhale, press back. Use the muscles of your arms. Good. Inhale, come forward. Zip up through the belly. Exhale, lower down. This is the last round. Baby cobra. Pressing back, child's pose. We're going to come up for our downward dog. So tuck the toes. And if you have socks on, like I do, well, I'm the only one. Well, then never mind. Take your socks off, though, if you have them on. Coming up for down dog, let's walk the dog, bending the knees deeply. Just slowly walking it out. Good. Nice. Bringing that chest down a little bit deeper. Just working the underside of our arms into our back. And then we can walk the hands back towards the feet. So it's a little bit of a different move there. And hanging out in our forward fold, we can maybe grab onto elbows, or maybe we just let our hands dangle down. So let's do a little shake of the head side to side for no, and nodding forward and back for yes. Rolling out the neck, good. Nice bend to the knees. We'll inhale, coming all the way up. Good. Exhale, hands to our hearts. New move. This is going to be called a half wall hang. So I'm just showing, you're going to see the back of me for a minute, everybody. What we're going to do is we're going to start at a wall. So everybody's going to go to the wall and place their hands on the wall. And we'll place them just about shoulder distance apart. And then to get into our pose, we're just going to start walking our feet back and walking our hands down the wall till they're at about shoulder height, and we can stretch the arms out long in front of us. And this is where we will stay. So this is kind of like a reverse downward dog, or sort of a standing down dog. Good. So what we want to focus on is just dropping through the belly. If we notice that the spine is rounding at all, we can bring the hands up a little higher if we're getting that curve in the back, or if it's uncomfortable. And just hang out here for a few breaths. This is really excellent to strengthen and also relax the muscles of the back. This is a wonderful pose if you or anyone you know is pregnant. Good. Just breathing here into the space, not straining too hard at all, just feeling the opening, and letting gravity draw the belly and heart down. Nice. Let's take one more nice big breath here. And then to come out of our pose, we'll just walk our feet in a little bit closer to the wall, walking the hands back up. And we can come back to step to the top of our mat. Good, nice big shoulder roll. Good, inhale, bringing hands all the way up for extended mountain. Let's pause here in extended mountain. So hands are separate. We're gonna soften them through the knees, dropping through the hips a little bit, but lifting through the crown, lifting through the fingertips. If you notice that the ribs are coming up or maybe jutting out, we're gonna just work on bringing those ribs down towards the low back. Good. So pausing here, holding here, really nice and strong upper body. Long through the sides of our neck. Good. We're getting ourselves warmed up for what we know is coming down the road. Good. Good. So from here, let's bring our hands to touch our shoulder blades. So we're going to touch right hand to right shoulder blade, left hand to left shoulder blade. So the elbows are up, hugging the head with the triceps or with the upper arms, keeping the hands on our shoulder blades. Let's get that same action again. So we're hugging the head, drawing up nice and strong. Get that zipper action again from the inner thighs all the way up to the top of our head. So nice and strong here. Pausing for a few breaths. Where's your breath? And any of these poses that look to be somewhat easy, but aren't necessarily so easy, maybe we can use that to change our perception of what is easy and what is hard. Breathing from the throat, in and out through the nose. Good. One more big breath here. Drawing up and release the hands. Good. Nice big shoulder roll. Well done. Let's bring it into our chair flow and just warm up the low body. So we inhale up, exhale, forward fold, sweeping the hands at the bottom. Inhale up, exhale, chair. Good. Dropping our seat back. Inhaling up. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhaling up, bringing that movement and that breath together. Nice fluid movement. Once again, breathing from the throat. That's our Ujjayi breath, our whisper breath, or our Darth Vader breath. Almost like we're fogging up a mirror. Good. One more time. One more cycle through. Exhale, chair. Inhale up. Forward fold, hinge from the hip. Yes. Inhale all the way up, and we'll sit back in our chair. Pausing here. So let's see if we can bring all the way to the glutes and to the heels, lifting the toes just to check in with that weight distribution. Good. Rising up through the chest. And then we could maybe bring our arms up for intense pose. Maybe if we're protecting shoulders, we can go ahead and draw the elbows down into cactus arms. Open up through the chest. Breathing here. Nice. Good. One more big breath. Open up. And exhale. Let it go. Forward fold. Well done. Let's inhale all the way back up. Exhaling. Hands to our heart. Pausing here. 3 breaths. Just let yourself settle back in. Good. And we'll move through a few easy sun salutations, starting at the top of our mat. Is that volume okay? Good. All right. Rolling the shoulders. Good. Soft through the knees. We'll listen to the music to tell us when to go. Ready? Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, flat back, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Let's step the right foot back and we'll start out in just our low lunge. So we're just opening up. Knee can be up or down here, whatever you like, whatever feels best. Maybe bringing it forward and back a little bit if your knee's down. Good. And then stepping back to downward dog. We'll inhale, come forward to plank. Knee can be up or down. We're just zipping up through that abdominal diamond. Tuck the elbows in, lower down. Coming through baby cobra or full up dog if you're already warm. Good. Feet can tuck, flipping back to downward dog. Good. Look between the hands, bend the knees, bounce that right foot up. Good. Low lunge. Knee up or down, maybe just a bit of rocking action wherever you are. Good. And looking between the hands, we'll step that left foot through, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Sit back in chair. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot steps back. Nice. Let's keep the knee up if we can this time. Raise the chest up. Maybe just bring one hand up. Start. Exhale, stepping back. Good. Inhale, come forward. Knees up or down. Exhale, lower. Coming through. Up dog or baby cobra. And exhale, press back. Good. Left foot coming through. Bend the knees. Bounce it up. In our low lunge here, let's bring both hands up to the knee. Good. Opening up through the chest. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, step forward. All the way up. Sitting back in chair. Nice. Good. Inhale, come forward. Forward fold. Good. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Right foot goes back. Can we bring it up for crescent lunge this time? So we set up our lunge feet, bringing our arms all the way up. Good. Exhale, lower down. Stepping back, downward dog. Coming forward into plank. Good. Try something new this time. Maybe if you've been up, maybe you want something down. Lower down. Coming through baby cobra or up dog. Either option can still be strong. Pushing back, downward dog, or maybe child's pose. Good. Looking between the hands, bend the knees, right foot forward. Coming up for crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, step feet together. All the way up. Exhale, sitting back in chair, and we'll pause again in our chair. Good. So staying here, maybe this time we take a different arm position. So maybe we want to do arms crossed, so crossing all the way over in a kind of a hug. Or maybe we choose that more traditional arm expression. So just taking whatever your body needs. Good. If your arms are crossed, maybe switching, maybe bringing the arms up. Sit back a little deeper. Good. Breathe. Bring that breath to your throat. Well done. One more breath. And release. Hands down. Good job. Let's stay here for a second. Just walk our feet. Pedal them out. One by one. Good. Maybe we bend the knees really deeply here and we can kind of rest the chest on the upper thighs. And then maybe you go ahead and take your two index fingers, or your index and middle finger rather, and wrap it around the big toes, pressing your thumb into the toenail as an option. And you can draw the elbows out to the side a little bit. Good. Or you can always just take a more traditional, or you can use your block as well. That's always an option to bring that block in. Wherever you are, let's bend the knees and inhale, coming all the way up. Nice. Exhale, hands to our heart. Roll the shoulders down and back. Bring the arms to our sides. Pausing in mountain pose. 3 breaths. Really connect to the breath. Connect to the body. Where is your breath? Has the quality of the breath changed at all from the start of class to now? Just take notice. Good. So I'll move this way. Let's inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Let's step the right foot back. Set up warrior 1. So 45-degree angle. We inhale, coming all the way up. Good. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Good. Really open up through the chest. Maybe you have a soft bend in the elbows. Just staying in a place where you can find ease in the pose. Good. And then we'll move to warrior 2. So we inhale tall and exhale, turn that back foot to the side. Arms come alongside our shoulders. And let's bring that hand around to the front, the right hand around to the front, drawing back. Maybe the gaze follows the right hand all the way around. Inhaling, opening up. Exhaling, bringing the hand back around. Good. Next time we draw that right hand back, lifting through the left hand. We can bring the right hand down to rest on the back leg. Reverse warrior. Peaceful warrior. Good. And then windmill the hands all the way down, stepping back, downward dog, child's pose. Good. Looking between the hands, let's step the right foot through, setting up warrior 1 on the opposite side. So left toes come down. We inhale up. Exhale, sink. Once again, bringing the arms into any shape they would like to move. Just honoring the needs of our body. And remembering that oftentimes it doesn't really matter what we look like in a pose. It's much more important how we feel. Breathing from the throat. Good. And exhale, we turn the back toes to the side. Widen the stance if you need to. Exhale, sink. Good. Inhale. Exhale, bringing that back hand around to the front. Drawing open. So right hand stays forward, left hand moves. Good. You might find that it's natural as you open up that your front leg straightens, and that's fine too. Just following the hand with the gaze. One more time, opening up, and then pausing, lifting that right hand in the sky. Left hand can come drop down on the left leg. Good. And windmill the hands down. Stepping back, down dog or child's pose, and rest or flow. Wherever you are, let's meet back in downward dog. Let's inhale, stepping the left foot all the way up to the top, right toes drop down, warrior one. Good, and warrior two. Good, straightening out through the left leg, keeping a soft micro bend in that leg, coming forward for triangle, and lowering that hand down. Now, I didn't mention, this would be a great time to bring in your block. So I use the block not as I think a lot of time we think of blocks as being something that we need to help us because we can't get into the pose, but you can think of it as a pose enhancer. So if you use the block, and you might like to try, if you're in triangle, hands can be like feather touch on the block. We don't need to be our weight on the block, but we can also press. We can press into the block, and that will give us a little bit more torque, a little bit more twist to our triangle. But if we're using that feather touch, we need a lot more lift in the core. So just choosing whichever option works for you today. Good. And then from our triangle, we're going to move into half moon. So you may still like to keep that block. You can bring it ahead in front of your feet, in front of your foot, I should say. And then we can drop that arm because we're tired. The right foot's gonna come up, kick up, and we can either open up through the right fingertips, or if we prefer to just take a standing split, both hands can come to the block, and we can just lift that right foot up with the toes pointing down. That's our standing split. The half moon option, toes point out to the side, leg is parallel with the floor, reaching up through those right fingertips, and use the block to help you feel a different sensation, I should say. Good. One more breath. Exhale, lower that hand back down. Bring the foot and inhale all the way up. Let's exhale, forward fold here, bringing that block or book that Darlene has, and we're just going to bring it out in front of us so that we can do kind of a longer forward fold here and feel that effect of that stretch like we did in our first half wall hang pose. Just a quick breath here. Good. And then we'll release it, bringing the block back to the top of our mat, stepping to the top. And this time we can just step into our warrior one. So the left foot comes back. Good. Inhale up, exhale, warrior two. Good. Straighten out through that right leg. Reach forward. And then exhale. Grab onto your block and just position it in a way that will come right beneath the hand. Use it to either lightly touch or press into the block. Help you lift up through the left fingertips, breathing into those left side ribs. Nice, even inhale and exhale. Good. And then moving into our half moon pose, so we can release that top hand, bring the block in front of the foot, jump up if that's available, or otherwise just bring both hands to the block, lifting the left leg for standing splits. If you're trying half moon, bouncing half moon, lift up through the left fingertips. back leg, that lifted leg is parallel with the floor, rotating up and back. Nicely done, everyone. One more breath. Exhale, lower the hand down, lower the foot down. And if you like, if that felt good, you can bring the block out in front again and you can take that nice long stretch, or you can just take any stretch that feels good. Nice. Just checking our time. Time goes so fast. Okay. Inhaling, coming all the way up. And then exhaling, forward fold again. We're going to put the block just off to the side and come down to the mat, all fours. And here we begin. We're just going to begin. We're not doing anything just yet. We're just going to do our preparation, okay? So we've done dolphin pose before. So we bring the hands together and tuck that little baby finger in. And then from here, it's just lifting up like downward dog. So we lift the hips up and we just press into the forearms, pressing into that fist and forearms and drawing the chest back through the wall. Take a look around with your neck. Just kind of look through, look up, look to the side, just gently noticing the movement and rotation of the neck. Good. And then let's lower the knees down. And keeping our hands as they are, we're going to move again from dolphin to plank. So tuck the toes, lift up for dolphin, and then come forward into this plank on our forearms. Okay? Good. So really notice that diamond shape that comes just beneath the sternum at about the groin area and the sides of the obliques. That's our diamond. Press back, dolphin pose. One more time, coming into that diamond shape plank. Drawing and zipping up. Good. One more time, press back. And come forward for plank. Good work. And then drop the knees. We can press back to child's pose for a moment. Just take whatever form you like. Maybe wide leg. Maybe stacking the fists. Good. From here, we'll come back into that forearm. And don't worry, we're not doing forearm without the wall. Just so you know, we're not just kicking out. So we're going to come back into that dolphin pose. This time, let's see if we can walk the feet in a little bit, just a few inches. So you can feel a little bit more lift here. We can feel our head coming forward, almost into our hands. Good. Maybe just lift the right foot up. That's all. Lower it down. Maybe lift the left foot up. Lower it down. Good. And come back down to our knees. I'm going to give you two options here. So the first one, if you would like to try the inversion, I'll show you that in a moment. If you are not really wanting to try the inversion today, you have two options. And I'm going to just move this a little bit this way, if that's okay. Yes, you can see that. Okay. So your option is you can sit with, just to measure, you can sit with your legs, leg distance from the wall, turn over, just so you have that distance, go into that forearm shape, and then you can bring your feet one at a time. So they're on the wall, but you're in this L shape, or upside down kind of L shape, okay? So that's one option. A second option is to rest in child's pose, okay? The third option, if you want to try the inversion, so I'm going to just do it if that's okay. I'll just move this for the mat. I do want the mat. So I'm going to do it like this and just show you first. Sorry to crowd your space. Darling, can you see me? I think you can. You're probably on mute.
Yeah, I can.
Great, thank you. Okay, so we're in our forearm shape here. We've got that solid shape. Okay, so imagine you have like what do you call it? A strap tying around your elbows here, so you don't separate them. And then we walk our feet in a little closer, and then we just jump up. And we can use the wall, so really zip up through the core. No. So your head's not on the floor in this one. You're resting on your forearms.
Where's your head?
So your head is kind of coming into the hands, but the strength is in the arms. Okay? So and use the wall, but then once you're there, really press through the forearms and the shoulders, okay? Try to hold it for a few breaths. See if you can come off, zip up. That's about it. Okay? So it looks like more than it is, but it's okay. We've been training for this, so. So if you want to take whatever option, you are free to use the wall to try whatever option you would like. The half option, measure the distance between feet and your bottom, and then get that forearm shape. Tuck the baby finger under, and then just walk your feet up the wall. There you go. Other option, look, there you go. Now walk your feet down though a little bit more. More. Yes, that's the L upside down. I'm looking at you, Darlene. I can't see you. There you are. Good.
Just kick up.
Yep, just kick up. And the wall is there. Look, yes, the wall is there. It'll catch you. Yeah. Good job. Draw your elbows together. Keep going strong through the shoulders. Darlene is doing the L, the upside down L. Well done. Look at you. Look at you guys. Yay. Good work. I see that, Darlene. Okay. Couple more jumpies. Good. Draw your elbows in a little bit more. Yeah. Good work. Nick did it. Nice. You're almost there. Yes. Okay. If you want to take like one final try, go for it. Otherwise, I'm going to move the mat and the camera. Good job. Tuck in, zip up. Almost there. Well done. I'm so proud of you guys for giving it all a go. Look at you, and Darlene, you're almost straight. You know what? You did the opposite way, but you totally, for next time, you can face the wall and you can totally get up there. Awesome work. Well done. Good work. All right, let's take a little rock and roll out if that feels good. I don't particularly love this move, but you might. You can roll a couple of times. Good. From here, we're going to lie down on our backs. And let's bring the soles of our feet together, letting the knees drop out to the sides. And we'll just take our supine butterfly pose. Maybe you keep your hands on your belly, or maybe you keep them out to the side. Just bringing that mantra back into your mind's eye. I am safe. And all is well. This big exhalation. Maybe focusing on our sinking breath here. Really extending out a long exhalation. Can't take my eyes off you. Can't take my eyes off you. As we stay here in this pose, if you notice that can't take my eyes starting to feel more intense, there is an acupressure point located just behind the front teeth. If you take the tip of your tongue and press it to the gum line right behind the front two teeth, and then allow the lower jaw to move away and separate from the upper jaw and upper teeth. Just breathe into the space in the cheeks to encourage more of an opening in the hips. So stay here a few more breaths. I can't take my eyes off you. Can't take my eyes. Can't take my eyes off you. On the next inhalation, helping the knees come back together. Maybe just rocking side to side. Maybe hugging knees to chest if that feels good for the low back. We'll move into our twist, supine twist. Extend the left leg long, lifting the hips to the right and let the left knee fall across. Or feel free to keep both knees stacked if that feels better in the low back. And just coming around with some bolsters as an option. Can't take my mind. Can't take my mind off you. Can't take my mind. Can't take my mind. Let's release from the twist. Back to center. And switching sides. Lifting hips to the left, drawing the left knee across. And once again, if that feels like it's too much for the low back or the SI joint in the thigh, you can always stack your knees together. You don't need to come over so far. Or option is to use one of the bolsters that I brought around, and you can tuck the bolster under the low leg to rest on. Light out. And releasing ourselves from the twist. Just allow the knees to rock back and forth, side to side, or maybe dry knees to chest. We are going to move into final relaxation, but I wanted to offer a different pose for final relaxation called Mountain Brook. So the way Mountain Brook looks, if you choose, if you'd like to go ahead and if you'd like to try it, we'll place a bolster beneath the knees. We can place 1 or 2 blankets just behind the chest on the mat. And the third blanket, we can roll about halfway so that we have a pillow and kind of a neck pillow as well. And it's a really beautiful open pose. If you'd like to try it, I can help you. Okay. I can help you get into it. And if you'd like to just use the bolster, that's an option as well. See how it feels. Try that. Good. You want that pillow? Yes. Okay, so 1, yes, that's right for your neck and your head. And I don't know where this came from, but yes. Do you want me to help you with this part though, the head, or just that you're going to use? Yes. You are right, and one beneath your, hold on a second. One beneath your chest, too, Tusa. Does that feel good? No, flat. I know you don't like the fish so much. This might be too much height for you. This would be a lower option. So if you want to just roll to the side or. How's that? Okay? No difference really? How does this feel under the ankles? Okay? Good. Anyone want a blanket? Put your thumbs up if you want a blanket. Okay. Yes. There's one right here if you want. And Nikki, did you want an eye pillow? Oh, massage for sure. Sorry, darling. You're like, and also. They still smell a bit like India. There will be a massage. So, Darlene, are you comfy, cozy over there? You don't have to say anything. I'm looking and everything's dark, so that's a good sign. I'm coming around with the calmer blend, which is actually the kids' blend, but we can use it. Before I do that, I'm just going to read just a little body scan. Just breathe normally. And let go of all the parts of your body that you use to speak, beginning with the muscles behind your ears, down through the jaw, and all the way to your chin. Allow your lips to part slightly and let your tongue rest easily in your mouth, letting your cheeks feel as though they're hollow and hanging from the cheekbones. Swallow to relax any tension in your throat. Give up any unspoken words. As you continue to breathe and feel the support of any props, just gently bring your attention to your heart. Receive whatever feelings arise from your heart. Often or occasionally, this pose can bring up feelings of sadness, but other times you may experience oceanic feelings of peace. Whatever arises, just try to remain present. And now to the belly. Anatomically, this area begins at the diaphragm, located at the base of the breastbone, and ends at the low pelvis. With each exhalation, allow your belly to drop toward your spine. Imagine that your body is softening and spreading. And as you continue to relax, you'll feel more spacious and loose. Breathe normally, enjoying the freedom you feel to your throat, heart, and belly. Bringing the sounds of the room back into your field of awareness. Taking some nice big inhalations and exhalations. Allowing yourself to come back to the space. Bringing some movement into your fingers and your toes. When you feel ready, you can remove any props from beneath you by rolling to one side. Just finding whatever side your body chooses to go to. And just curling up in a ball. And just pausing here for a final moment of gratitude. Gratitude for the space to practice in. And gratitude to yourself for showing up to your mat this evening. And when you feel a little bit more awake, placing your palms to the floor and just keeping your head and neck heavy. Looking down, press yourself back up to seated, just keeping your eye gaze soft or closed. Just taking a few communal breaths together. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's inhale our hands all the way up. Palms touch. Exhaling our hands to heart. Bowing to yourself. And bowing to each other. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Have a wonderful evening and namaste. Thank you.